mandatory, necessary that you have some type of home protection.
And get training. And for those of you seeking out training,
yeah, because I can't shoot for shit.
Those of y'all seeking out training, my brother I Run I Gun, which is his YouTube channel. I think you can reach out to him there, and he also has an Instagram under the same name. Hit him up. He does personal training. He charges by the session or by the hour or what have you. So if you're looking to get some training in the Delaware area in Newcastle County, I would say please hit him up. That's a good brother, and he knows what he's doing. He actually is probably the one responsible for getting me shooting better, and he's the one who always pushes me to dry fire. If you don't know what dry firing is, that's basically taking a snap cap or a dry fire bullet or a blank, if you will, and practicing your aim and shooting in your trigger pull, because people don't know how important that is. You know, if you're flinching your gun while you're shooting and everything, you can be all over the place. This is why training is very important. You do not want to accidentally do something to one of your loved ones. So it's not just getting the weapon, you know, it's, you know, becoming in tune with the weapon, learning how to shoot, learning safety rules. About, you know, safety training should be the first thing you do when you buy. Before you ever go to the range and shoot a firearm, you should get safety training first. Actually, the first thing you should do is get a lock box to keep it away from children and people who you don't want having it, and then get the safety training. And once you do that, you know, you can kind of get yourself on the right path and everything of that nature. Also, with that, I would say also try to get your concealed carry license as well. There's classes and everything for that, or you can go right on your phone and look that up. So,
very important in this day and age. And I'm not a gun fan at all. I never have been. I've always had an aversion to guns. Didn't like them. One, they're loud. I don't like loud noises. That's number one. Strike number one for me was they're loud. As a kid, my mom always instilled in us not to mess with guns. We weren't allowed to play with cap guns, water guns, anything. I do the same to my kids. Because, and this is just my view, and I know we more than likely will disagree on this, which is fine. We're allowed to have different views. Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Jennifer did a lot of protesting over the weekend, so proud of you, Jennifer.
All right, what up, Jennifer?
So my view on guns is when they're kids, there isn't necessarily like safety learning and respect the gun. It's a toy. And if you grow up like that, you grow up thinking a gun is a toy, could you possibly not respect guns when you get older? It's possible. Are there parents that do teach responsibility? Yes, absolutely. But by and large, if you go throughout a neighborhood where kids are playing with Nerf guns, playing with, they don't use cap guns anymore, but water guns, it's treated as a toy. But it's not a toy, it's still a gun. It's still a gun, it's still something that, even with a water gun, should you be shooting somebody in the face? I don't you know, Nerf guns, shoot somebody in the eye. It just, I don't think it's given the proper respect from parents teaching their children that while yes, this is just some foam, this is just water, it's still a gun. And if you're okay with pointing a gun and shooting water at them and don't respect that it's a gun, can you grow up like that? Yes, you absolutely can. And that's the problem I've always had with guns.
Well, I don't
parents
necessarily disagree with you. However, I think, you know, once again, putting the responsibility on the parents, you know, I think at some point, if you have a child, and of course I'm not talking about a young age, like 10, 11 or whatever, but when a child gets to a point of responsibility, I think it's also a plus to teach them how to handle firearms.
Sure.
When they're at that age of responsibility, and you can tell. You understand? Like, I think my son might be at that age. However, I've talked to my son about, you know, do you want to go shooting with me or whatever, and he's uncomfortable with it. So it's not anything I'm going to try to force on him, because now...
I don't think he agrees with you.
I'm not uncomfortable with that. I just don't care.
Okay, so we're gonna edit that out. So, you know,
best side commentary ever,
yeah.
right there.
Okay, so I'm wrong. You know, he just doesn't care, which I'm trying
Well,
to get him to care.
I'm gonna translate this because I can see where he's coming from. It's not that he doesn't care; he doesn't have the same passion that you have for it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know that it's he doesn't care. It's just not something he has any interest in.
That, but
and it's just not a passion for him. Same way, it's not a passion for me.
For you, yeah.
Me and you went because it's a passion for you. I was like, okay, I'll go because as a single dad living here, you know, I am alone. You know, Kennedy's not here anymore. I am alone. I am vulnerable in that sense. So it makes sense, and it's important for me to have some method of protection other than my big ass knife that's by my bed and the damn machete next to the door, which is for snakes, by the way.
Right.
DFS is watching. My machete is for snakes.
I will say this, and I'm not going to go into what my view is, but at least my son understands my view of why.
Sure.
You know, and you know, we've had conversations about that because at one point I thought, you know, the collection was getting big enough. I thought he might think that I'm going insane or something, you know. And we've had a conversation about that, and he's like, "No, I understand, especially now." I understand.
I mean, sometimes it pops in my head. I'm like, man, Mark's going a little gun crazy. He's turning into a damn gun nut. Like,
but you know what? I take it seriously.
He's gonna have a whole basement wall full of guns one day, and I'm sure that's what you're probably like. Yeah, shit, I'll take it.
I mean, I wouldn't not do it, but you know,
exactly.
I'm not, you know, there's a certain place I want to get to, and that's not necessarily covering the whole wall, but you know,
right. But it's also not that you're looking to be like blatantly irresponsible or preparing for some crazy war. Like I know we talk about race war. It may happen, may not happen, but I think you have the right mindset that primarily you're protecting your family and protecting yourself. It's not about a war. If that comes, it comes. You're prepared, but primarily when you buy a gun, when you make a gun, whatever the case may be, it's for the strict number one priority, defense of myself and my family. And that's the right mindset to have.
And you have to, like, people don't understand when you, especially if you're carrying, whether open carry or concealed carry, you want to try to avoid.
Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. Jennifer, hell no. She talking about Desert Eagle for a woman.
No, Desert Eagle for a man. I tell you what, Jennifer, go look up on YouTube a guy named Hickok45. Look at him shooting a Desert Eagle, which is a 50 cal. That's the caliber. He tried to shoot it with one hand. He almost busted himself in the face. He did not shoot it with one hand the rest of the time. A Desert Eagle isn't for some men.
Jennifer, you know I'm a big guy.
Jennifer,
I don't know that I'm able to shoot one of them things.
Start with a 9mm or a 380.
Because you want to be able to aim, right? Like, yeah, it's powerful. It's going to put a hole in whatever you hit. But aiming is important. So, regardless what size gun you get, you put some hot ones in somebody, they're going to calm the hell down.
They look nice. You got to clean them all the time. And the bullet is almost too big for the gun in a sense. So they do have jamming issues too. By the time you shoot one shot, Jennifer, and you miss, somebody who has a smaller caliber can hit you like 5 times before you get a chance to reset and shoot again. It's not a good idea for some men, let alone women. And I'm not saying a woman couldn't handle it. I'm sure there are women who can, but it's not ideal.
And that's why I said I can't even do it. And I'm a big ass dude. Like, nah.
It's not ideal. Go with a, you know.
You might love him. Mark will take your gunshot. Come up to the range with us.
Yeah, I got, you know, a shotgun might be better for you than a Desert Eagle.
Well, yeah, for your house, Jennifer, a shotgun.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm thinking about getting. Just a.
And then you got different ammo. Make sure if you do get a shotgun, you get double-out buck for the ammo. Don't use birdshot.
I mean, you can use either. A birdshot gonna light somebody's ass up though.
Yeah, it is.
You light their ass up, you gonna back the hell up.
What I'm saying,
even the noise alone.
Yeah, 9mm would be a good start. And trust me, 9mm, you don't need as much stopping power as you think you need. That's where people get it confused. A 22 would kill somebody if you live in New Jersey. Ooh, good luck getting a gun in New Jersey. I don't know what to tell you. Conversation's over. Moving along. No, New Jersey.
But she's in Delaware a lot, though.
Yeah, but if she lives in Jersey, she has to buy in Jersey. There's a lot of paperwork. It's a whole different parallel to Delaware.
Gotcha.
Delaware, I go in the store. I say, hey, I want a weapon. I fill out this one sheet, pretty much of paperwork, and they fill out something. They go make a phone call. They come back, say you're either proceeded, delayed, or denied. Okay, so delayed could be you got to come back in 30 days, or it could be come back in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's that the state police need to get more information on it. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? But New Jersey, you got to fill out this paperwork, wait so many. I mean, it's really a lot of steps. And then, as Delaware has no capacity restrictions, I think New Jersey, you can't have a magazine that shoots over 12 or 15 or something like that.
Right, but in her case, if we were getting a shotgun, what's that, 4 shells?
Yeah, depending on the shotgun, it could be anywhere from 3 to 15, depending on the shotgun. But yeah, I mean, typically somewhere between 3 and 5 for a standard shotgun.
And that's all I want. I just want a regular old shotgun. Put that, hey, come in my house.
You just got to aim a little higher with the shotgun.
No, I don't.
No, you.
Whatever I hit, I'm good.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Whatever I hit, I'm good. I don't care if it might be legs, nuts, toe, whatever I hit, you gonna stop. They're in your tracks.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So yeah, we got Mark got a little gun plug in here for his passion.
Listen.
But no, it is important. Like all jokes aside, it's certainly important in this day and age. We have seen, people like Philando Castile, who was a legal gun carrier and got shot for having a gun legally.
And had a concealed carry license on.
So
that's what he was actually.
Well, that's what I mean. So legally, he was legally, and they still shot him for it. Obviously, we're learning a lot about that police department now.
Yeah. Minnesota, there's something else. It's cold out there.
So
literally and figuratively.
Yes, I've been to Minnesota once. Well, passing through on a train.
Oh yeah.
We had to stop, like a 45 minutes layover.
I know the train story.
Yeah. Yes. Took a train across the country one time. It was fun. I had a blast, but wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
I love. Side note: I love trains. I hate to fly, but I love trains. There's nothing better than a train ride to me. But that's just me. I think it's because actually my grandfather. Speaking of racist, my grandfather, he worked on the railroad in Altoona, PA, and I think so did a couple of my uncles and even my dad's uncle, my Uncle Tom. And I know that's a terrible name for a black dude. But
I'm glad you said it because I'm sitting here thinking it.
My Uncle Tom, we can say Uncle Thomas.
Yeah, Uncle Tom.
Uncle Thomas Henry. Me and my cousin were just talking about this dude. Always was smoking a pipe. He was the coolest. He had this like little, oh yeah, son. So what you doing there, fella? Oh yeah. He just had the coolest talk.
Right.
He worked for Amtrak for a ton of years and ended up retiring from Amtrak. But yeah, he had the coolest talk, man. It was hilarious. But me and my cousin got to hang out over the weekend.
Kareem, what's going on, brother, man? It's good to see you on here.
The big guy's a little tan. I shaved my head, went down to his house and sat out in the sun so I didn't have two-tone head and face. So, recommend knives instead. Jennifer, whatever you can to protect you. If you have a baseball bat sitting next to your door, I mean...
Yeah, use what you can to defend yourself, but if you can get a weapon... New Jersey, they send you through a lot, but I would say it's worth it to get the weapon if you can keep it locked up, if you can, learn the safety traits of it and everything, learn all the safety rules, learn how to handle it. I would say that would benefit you way more than a knife would. But yes, use whatever you can at your disposal to defend yourself.
Somebody breaks in your house and they have nothing and you have a knife, you have the upper hand automatically. Yeah. So, I mean, it is. Generally, people aren't going to break in your house without some type of weapon, so...
no, it happens, I think.
I mean, it does happen, but...
He broke into a UFC fighter's house with no weapons. The UFC fighter said it was the hardest fight he ever had in his life.
because they were fighting for their life once they figured out who they were dealing with. When you fighting for your life, UFC fighter just like, yo, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. But the other dude is fighting for his life. He's like, oh shit. Yeah. Like a UFC man, they will kill you.
Anthony Smith is his name.
Yeah, I know Anthony. It's very, very simple. Anybody that has, we talked about this because me and you both did MMA. Very easy. Very easy. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to be quick. All I have to do is get a hold of you. And you can say night-night. And if I don't let up, you'll never wake up. So, very easy. And so I can see why, dude, it was the hardest fight. That dude that broke in his house, he was fighting for his life.
Somebody broke into LL's house too. LL beat the crap out of that guy.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to. It says bring him on camera. I'm trying to bring Orlando on. Yeah. You said you were in Ohio, dude. Hold on. I'm gonna try to bring you on camera.
Yeah, my homeboy said he tried to do that last week. I don't know how it works. All right, this is interesting. That's something new. Some new technology.
You don't live that far that you can't bring your ass over anyway. Next week, Orlando, I'm gonna cook. So if you really wanna come over, I'll be cooking. I owe my man some barbecue. So
I don't know how that's working. Try that again. It still says that.
All right, let me stop that. Try to start again. Yeah, that's a new feature, man. Yeah. So we can even on yours.
Yeah, but.
Yo, what up, dude?
What's going on?
I wasn't prepared to,
be on camera.
I got some barbecue myself. I went down to the place on 13 just to pick up some barbecue.
From what's the name of it?
Down by the Valero.
Oh, you talking? Oh, yeah.
Is it smoke? It's like right in the middle, an island.
Yeah, it's like on yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, I've seen that.
So I went there and got some stuff. Yeah, I would come over if I'm about to eat this. But next week, when next week?
Sunday, probably around like 4:30ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What day is that? What day?
Let's see. Can't see that far.
15th is Friday, I think.
So the 15th Friday. So 17th, June 17th.
I go back to work. The 16th, I think it is.
No. I'm sorry. This Friday is the 12th.
Yeah, because the 10th is tomorrow.
So the 14th.
The 14th.
Oh, word. I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah. Just swing by like 4:30ish. 4:30ish.
Okay.
Man, you missing out, man. We had this ready for you.
Nah, I'm good.
Come on, man. You can't come over and not do one of the challenges with us.
I mean, well, what's the next challenge going to be?
Probably something stupid.
You do one of the challenges we did already.
Probably something stupid.
Let them do the spicy ramen.
Matter of fact, here's what I'll do. Next Sunday, I'll smoke wings, and we'll do smoked wings with hot sauces.
Okay.
All right. Bet. That's what we'll do. I'm still getting used to the smoker. I got to practice on it a little bit. I never cooked on a pellet grill before, so it's a little different.
I've never used a smoker, so I wouldn't even begin to know the first thing about it.
So a pellet grill, you just put pellets in, and it's basically like an oven. You just set what temperature you want to cook it at, and then you just keep an eye on it. Whereas a traditional smoker, you would have to keep putting wood and charcoal in it to keep the smoke rolling. This is easy. It's almost like an oven. You just put pellets in it, set it, and forget it. So pretty easy. All right, Jennifer. See you.
I'm going to go ahead and eat this.
I'll inbox you later if you want to talk. Just hit me up. Not you. Talking to Jennifer. Inbox me later if you want to hit me up and talk more about whatever. All right. All right. Later. That is a cool ass little feature.
Yeah.
We could have guests literally anytime we want. So yeah, wow, that's pretty cool.
I have a question. Sharice out. When you're done the podcast.
We already talked about this. Go. I already answered that. Go.
Can I play the game?
Mute it. Someone's calling. Yo, look at Mark. This is Mark's road rage face. See how his one eyebrow's up a little bit?
So anyway. 5, 4,
Please mute that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so I think we're at the portion where we become dummies.
Okay, yeah.
Are you joining in?
Of course. I'm not going to be on camera though.
I'm trying to figure out why you...
That's fine. So my son's gonna...
His son's off camera, but has on a hoodie and sweatpants. And I know he's young,
Yo, let me
but it's
tell
too
you.
fucking hot for
Hey,
me.
Will, what's going on? Let me tell you. That's his style, man.
That's everybody's style nowadays. Homegirl's boyfriend always has a hoodie on, and it's half on his head, half off his head. I'm like, what the fuck?
You can keep that shit. It's too hot.
It's
for me.
way too hot.
Too hot for me.
Man, I'm 350 pounds. I ain't, nah.
So, to my brother who just tuned in, you're about to see, we do this thing at the end of some of our shows where we do this stupid challenge. We did a hot wing challenge. I don't know if you saw that episode. We did a spicy ramen challenge. Today, we are doing this Carolina Reaper mash on a chip. And your nephew's over here too, but he's not coming on camera.
Oh shit!
You bringing somebody else in? See, it ain't.
Hey, Mandy, what was the name of the girl that made the shirt so we can plug her?
Yeah, just Guerrilla Gang T-shirts. I think at some point soon we'll be selling these, so stay tuned for that.
White and black.
White and black. What sizes? What's the size?
Every size. Shit.
Okay.
My ass is
Every
a
size.
5X, so we gotta at least have a
So
couple 5X.
from small to 5X at least.
I also made another design. Did I show you the other design?
The one with F racism.
It says fuck right.
Yeah.
Well, FU*CK racism.
Gotcha.
So it might be two different styles, like this one, or
Okay.
the original, and then the second one. Erica Ramos. So shout out to Erica Ramos for the shirts.
Thank you, Erica.
Erica, appreciate it. We're gonna have Mandy get you the second design, and we're gonna do that one black shirt with white. I didn't get to tell you that, Mandy, but I'll see you Saturday when we meet about the group. Have a group on Facebook, Expose Racism in Delaware. There's a waiting list to join right now. It's a little out of control right now, but I do want to, if I can do that before.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that a little bit. In this group, exposing racism, what I saw on Facebook and a lot of people's timelines was, look at this person, blah, 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 blah. So I thought, hey, why can't we put all this in one place so everybody can see and everybody can know what places not to go to, what places are doing this, and what came about was this Facebook group where almost 2,500 people joined within the second day. And then now we have 2,800 people on the waiting list. And the group is not about like making false accusations. It's not about implied racism or assumptions. It's literally people's own screenshots of things, that comments they've made on a post or on a live feed or something, and they are very, very upset. These people that are making these racist comments are very upset because people are now saying, you know what, I've had enough. I'm not going to go to your business if you think of me or any other minority as less than.
But they ain't mad at themselves for making a comment.
And it's a great thing that people are comfortable enough to expose them and say, you know what, I'm just not going to tolerate that anymore. And there's an anti-group, an anti-group to mine, which is called Patriot something or other. Patriot something or other. And I had this bumper sticker that said, and I didn't put it on my car because I'm not putting bumper stickers on my car, but it was, don't disguise your racism with patriotism. Problem with the world, and the problem with these groups are, we talked about it earlier with the cop in New York victimizing himself for his police officers getting caught doing things that prior to social media, prior to everybody having phone cameras and videos and all that stuff, they got away with anyway. Now they're just getting caught. Now these racists that are on Facebook and all these other posts, like, first of all, they victimize themselves by saying they're victims of doxing. Now, doxing is where you go out and you search for somebody's private information. What we do in the group Exposing Racism is take posts from their own Facebook. It's public knowledge. It's their information. They put their information. They put their work information. They put their business information on their Facebook, and then get mad because we see these different businesses and these business owners and they're making these racist comments, and then they get boycotted, or it's in this group with all these people, and we're like, no, sorry, I don't give a shit about your sandwich. I don't care how good it is. I'll find the second best sandwich from somebody that's not racist. I'll find the second best whatever that's not racist. And that's what needs to happen, because that's the only way people understand money. And when their pockets are affected, that's what,
loss of life and loss of money. That's
what they understand. And that's why they're so mad. And I appreciate their anger. And I welcome any of them. Any of them. Yeah, I created a group, but this group is not Cam Henry. This group is 2,000 some strong. There's other moderators. Mark's in the group. Hey, I just created the group, and I have no fear of any races. I'm a half white, half black man in the world, so I don't care. I'll talk to you. If you have a problem with being exposed, hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you needed to be exposed. Let's talk about what we can do different. Let's talk about how we can change your mindset and maybe help your business instead of us boycotting your business. But what we won't tolerate is just your overt racism anymore. It's I don't know if I ever told Mark this, and I don't know if I told anybody this, but as a half white, half black kid growing up, people used to call me a zebra, and that was my first experience with racism, where I got referred to as a zebra. The implication being I'm half and half. All right, whatever. And they were actually in a joking manner, but it still stung a little bit. So I've experienced it even as a mixed kid, and I don't identify myself as black, and that might be controversial to people, but I don't care. I'm not black. To say that I'm black would be to discredit the woman that educated me, that taught me how to play the cello, the woman that made me as competitive as I am. That woman was as white gets, and I would never deny that side of me. So I refuse for anybody to ever say that I'm a black man just because I have some color in me. I always make this distinction. If you have half a can of Coke and half a can of Pepsi, and you pour them together, you're not going to get either one. You're going to get a mix. And that's what I am. But I also experience racism. So it's important for me, because I know I'm viewed as black, regardless of what I say. I know I'm viewed as black by both cultures. And that's okay. They can't tell me who I am. But I understand that that's how they identify me. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. But I still experience racism as a colored person. Maybe not as a black person, but at least as a colored person, I experience it. And I'm sure Mark has a ton of experiences We all have had experiences. And it's just time in 2020 just to say, you know what, enough is enough. I think I told him a while ago, as a 6'3", 300-some pound man, they're going to put their foot on my neck too, because what else they going to do with me? I'm just too big and too strong for a cop to do any normal shit to. So I know they're going to have to try to kill me, because they're going to be scared. I've had a gun pulled on me by a police officer before, and he apologized later. He was like, yo, man, you came in the door disappeared behind you. I got scared. He literally told me that. So I already know what's going to happen. So the group is exposing racism in Delaware and surrounding areas. Again, there is a waiting list. And again, it's not about assumptions, and we're not,
strictly facts. It's honestly people burying themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
It's just taking what they said, and actually everything that I've seen so far pretty much been screenshots.
There's been maybe one or two occasions in the group, I will say, that it was, borderline, and there was one, for example, there was a cop that got called, Middletown cop that got called out because she was pro-Trump and pro-police. And it wasn't racist. And the guy had a point. He was like, well, in my experience, if you're pro-Trump and pro-police, you're racist. Okay, that's your experience. But what we can't do in the group is call that out as racism, because it's not. It's just being pro-police, pro-Trump. Yes, stereotypically, a lot of times, the people that are pro-Trump tend to be racist, but I don't think you can quantify and say that all of them are. So that was unfair, and we did, I did go ahead and delete that post, but by and large, it's literally just screenshots, and you can't get mad that your screenshots got posted. Be mad that you posted the shit to begin with.
Right.
Don't want your shit exposed. Don't be an ignorant racist.
But nobody's responsible for what they do. That seems to be a trend going on. You know what I mean? It wasn't me.
Well, it's a narcissistic personality thing. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just narcissistic personality, and most racists have that. And like I said earlier in the podcast, racists don't know they're racist. It's what they've been taught as right. So racists believe what they say and think and speak on when it's an ignorant racist statement. It's just the truth to them. It's not racism. It's just not. And that's the mindset we have to change. And it's a hard thing to do. But if we can't change you, we're going to damn sure make sure we bankrupt you. Sorry, not sorry. All right, so that was my little rant. Again, the group is exposing racism in Delaware and surrounding areas. Feel free to join. I know there's a couple of people popped in my live. I will add you personally so you don't have to be on the waiting list. And now we'll be back to the regular Gorilla Gang podcast stuff. California Reaper mash. So this is literally just blended California Reapers that were put in a food processor, and now it's a mash. We do have, the rules are, it's just going to go on this little Tostitos scoop chip. John McAfee. So this dude was my first PA at Amazon. John, do you remember the first thing you told me, Tony, and Shawan? I can remind you. I'll remind you. John said, don't do stupid shit and you won't have to worry about it. That was literally what he said. He said, all you have to do is not do stupid shit. And I was like, fair enough. Simple. So, all right, y'all. California Reaper mash. This is the hottest pepper in the world. It's mash. Shake this bad boy up. This is not going to be fun. This is going to hurt pretty bad.
I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. See, look.
Oh, God.
It's on my hand. You want to smell it before you do it? Yeah. Well,
You need it?
No, I'm good. Oh, God.
Go ahead, man. Put yours on so I can know how much I gotta put on.
Hold on, man. Oh. I rethink this one. Oh, we might need to rethink this one.
We here now, man. Come on, man. This is what we do.
Yo, my heart just started to hurt a little bit, man.
It's what we do. We try to do some dumb shit every couple episodes.
Yo.
Here we go. It look like spaghetti sauce, man.
Yo. I'm only scared of needles and snakes. I'm a little scared right now. Damn. Alright, that's all I'm doing.
Let me see. That's a good one.
So this is what I got. This is what I got. This is what I got. Oh my god.
Right? That look about right?
No, you put too much.
Just put the rest on mine. Put the rest on mine.
The rest on yours?
Yeah. Why not?
So Mark's son is trooping it out with us. Shout out to him. He did. What else did you do with us?
Oh.
The bomb.
Oh, you did. He did the bomb hot sauce with us too. You didn't do the noodles though.
We can't look at them because I don't want to get a preview.
I'm telling you right now, my milk is expired, so that ain't gonna help today. Yeah. So, matter of fact, I got more of the spicy ramen. You eat ramen? Yeah, that's what I thought. You eat ramen?
I can.
All right, I'm gonna send you home with one of them spicy ramens. All right, here we go, folks. Cheers.
Cheers.
Shoot, you gonna have to wait. I'm gonna take some of this. A little bit, not too much.
Oh, good.
Woo! That's a lot of pepper flavor.
It's not worse than the bomb, do you think?
Let's get in there.
It's spicy.
So what I heard with Reapers is it builds.
Uh-huh.
So this initial that we got, there's more coming to it. It's going into my brain right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. The good thing about doing it on a chip is I avoided too much of my lip.
Ooh.
I know that rhymes, but but yeah, so I avoided my lip, which is good. But it's hot. It's definitely hot. It sunk immediately down to my stomach. But trying to power through it. But the tears are welling up. Whew.
Shoot, where the cups at?
On top of the fridge. Oh, look on top of the fridge. There's orange, red ones. There should be the refrigerator. You can't see the refrigerator. Pretty hot. Yeah, buddy. That's a stinger right there. Woo. Definitely not as bad as the bomb. I can tell you that right now. Mouth's on fire. I think watching videos and watching those guys how they handle it helped me. They're out of the figure. But it's definitely hot. It got my eyes leaking, and I was sweating before, so I don't know if the sweat is from the heat or
From the heat.
or from the heat. But yeah, that was hot, but
It's not worse than a bomb. But it's bad.
the bomb is instantly bad. And the bomb flavor is bad. That's what makes the bomb the worst. I still say the bomb is the worst. But this is hot. Like, I ate that a couple minutes ago, and my tongue is lightning. So it's building. Still building. I got that whole...
We have some chips. Some chips.
That's right there in front of, next to him.
Yeah, but maybe.
They're on the countertop. Oh, yeah, it's hot. It's pretty hot.
Yeah, when I got one eye closed, it's hot.
Yeah, when Mark did the bomb, he had both eyes closed. He couldn't open either eye.
What?
The chips that are on the countertop right there. Yeah. It was hot. And I hadn't tried it this time. The bomb I cheated, and I had it before him just to prep myself. I did not try that. I smelled it, and it was bad. And I could feel in like 2 hours, it's going to be bad. But right now, it's just a burn.
Yeah, if you didn't see
it's just like you got a mouthful of pepper spray. That's all it feels like right now.
If you didn't see the wing challenge episode, that bomb had me messed up, man.
Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, it's Gorilla Gang 3421. It's on YouTube. We got wing challenges. My boy here, One Man Gang, is a rapper. Some of his raps are on there. I do food reviews with my little daughter, my 6-year-old.
What?
You got to get further in, Selena.
I thought it was some music or something.
Yep, there's Selena. We do food reviews. I think we did a seafood, a ramen, Taco Bell. We did reviews.
Burger King.
We did a Burger King one. So
McDonald's.
we didn't do McDonald's yet, not on YouTube. But yeah, so YouTube channel's cool. It's all a bunch of different things. The Hot Wing episode is really cool. We did kind of like a Hot Wings thing. But yeah, other than that, we love y'all. We want you to support us. Subscribe to the channel. It's Gorilla Gang 3421. Like the shirts. Whoops.
T-shirts coming soon. We'll keep y'all updated.
Aaron, this might be TMI, but my house is full of baby wipes, and that's why. But no, seriously, like, subscribe. Selena, what else should they do?
Menu.
On the YouTube channel, they should like, subscribe, and do what else?
Click the button.
Say it loud. What they should do with the bell.
Click the button.
Click that bell notification. She said. Make sure you're getting updated with new videos. Mandy, our publicist, is saying she's gonna make a women's line, hats, phone pop sockets, Gorilla Gang. Yeah, we're gonna combine. The group and the podcast, hopefully, and because our podcast is no different from any black-owned business. I don't think. Two brothers doing a podcast. So thanks for tuning in. I know we didn't do the regular intro, but Vanilla Gorilla, I'm out.
One Man Gang.
That's the One Man Gang. Shaheed, what's up, brother? Just finishing up the old podcast. We did the old California
Dad,
Reaper.
can I smell that?
Yeah. Just did the challenge. My boy over here is tearing some chips up. But
help.
It smells like the bomb.
thank you all. Appreciate you. Stay safe out there. And keep fighting up the fight. And zero tolerance on anything that you don't find acceptable. And we all in this as a group. So peace out.